What's up guys, DuArktik with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we're going to talk about the man of the hour, Super Skrull. I was able to unlock him yesterday, finished my Dark Dimension 6 run. If you want to hear my thoughts about that, if you want to hear if I have any kind of regrets, we're going to talk about that in another video. But in this video we're going to talk about what I like about Super Skrull as a character, if it's something that you should be looking forward to, and then we're gonna take a look at some footage of Super Skrull in action. Before this video, I made a similar video with some controversial jokes, so I decided to just make it PG. So we're gonna talk about Super Skrull, and if you don't like Super Skrull, you probably are just a racist that doesn't like green people. But anyway, so Super Skrull is quite great. Compared to Dormammu, compared to Doctor Doom, you cannot compare these characters. And it's not like Doctor Doom or Dormammu were not extremely powerful when they were released. They were for sure. But there were some turnarounds around Dormammu and Doctor Doom. And Super Skrull, it doesn't really has any of those problems, especially if you know exactly what you are doing. There are a few mechanics about Super Skrull that you can really take advantage of and make even more powerful. And then we have this situation where if you pair him up with villains and with heroes, you are going to get different benefits. So for example, the special, if he has heroes, he's going to apply ability block, and if he has villains, he's going to turn rewind the enemies. According to some people, and according from my testing, there are a few bugs with the Super Skrull kit, especially with his passive, but it's not something that completely breaks the game. For example, when he gets stunned, he's supposed to transfer that stun to the character that stunned him, and it's not always the case. If he has slow, this ability does not work for some reason. And Tauna also said that the special is supposed to turn rewind by 60%, and right now it's only turning rewind by 40%. This one I didn't check it myself, but yeah, so even with these bugs, even with this character at only 5 yellow stars, 2 red stars, is he like good enough? Is he something that is going to make a difference for your roster, for your arena meta, and so on? Yes, definitely yes. As soon as I unlocked Super Skrull, I got rank 1 in arena, and since then no one has defeated my ranking, even that there are some opportunities out there to do so. Okay, so with that in mind, let's take a look at some footage of this guy in action and see what he's able to do pretty much on his own. Okay, so let's take a look at Super Skrull versus Unlimited. This is in Blitz. We have a few matches in War, others in Blitz. And let's speed up this just a little bit. But yeah, the character is quite great, the character is quite fun to play, and once again we have a lot of theory crafting that you are able to have with this character, which is great. Once again, having these extra benefits of having additional heroes or villains is definitely something that you should be looking out for. And now we also have the fact that the Black Order got reworked, and you can use Black Order characters with Super Skrull because they give benefits to villain enemies, villain cosmic, and so on. So you could use 2 of the Black Order with the Super Skrull or someone else, depending on the game mode, of course. Okay, so as you can see, Super Skrull pretty much deleted the full Unlimited X-Men, and Rogue, even that she's a horseman, a horsewoman, horse person, she got completely destroyed. Okay, so now we're gonna take a look at Super Skrull with a bunch of low-level characters. These are characters that I call clutch characters because they allow you to clutch the situation into something that is more beneficial to you. So ability block on Doctor Doom turn 1, that's always great. It doesn't have trauma on ability block, but that's fine. And the expose mechanic of Super Skrull is okay, but it's not as overpowered as the one from Val, at least in my opinion. Okay, so Graviton trying to do a stun, he can do it. And now Super Skrull with a basic 5 yellow to red, don't forget about that. He pretty much one-shots the entire... what's the name of this team? the Young Avengers. So he pretty much one-shots the entire Young Avengers team, and now he has the ultimate, and yeah, he one-shots everyone with his ultimate. Okay, Heroes for Hire plus 4 low-level characters. Once again, they are low level, but they are clutch characters. Even that, most of them are going to die right away. So for most matches, they don't even count. Okay, so Super Skrull once again with the special or with the basic. The basic clears positive effects away, and it does piercing damage. The special does not clear negative effects away, but turning winds the enemies. And he also applies ability block. Okay, so I used the basic there, and I got ability block on Super Skrull. So it's depending on which ability you use, Super Skrull can be heavily protected early on, or he can just how you say it, or he's going to be exposed to damage. So it's not like absolutely ridiculous to kill like it was with Spider Weaver, or even with Morgan Le Fay, which has a very high resistance, and people complain about that. So if you have a character that stuns or ability blocks early with trauma or without trauma for the ability block, then you can stop him. You can definitely stop him. So you can see he does the ultimate, massive piercing damage, trauma for everyone if you have 2 heroes or villains or something. And yeah, so on his own he can stop teams like Heroes for Hire with Absorbing Man, which is quite great in my opinion. Okay, so you can see, so if it didn't have Absorbing Man, it would be easier because you could use Super Skrull the same way you use the Dark Hunter, so that would be very impressive as well. Okay, so as you can see, pretty much he one-shots the entire team, no problem there. On his own, pretty much on his own, the only advantage he had was early on with the speed bar of Cable, and that was pretty much it. Okay, another expose. The expose gives barrier, the expose steals health from the enemies. It's only 5%, so it's not significant enough, but once again, if you have your Super Skrull set up properly, it's gonna be massive. Okay, so now we have one of the newest teams. We have Infestation. Can Super Skrull on his own beat Infestation? We're gonna find out. Remember, this is 5 yellow, 2 red Super Skrull, so you can still take him to 7 yellow and 4 red stars, which that alone will give him 35% more stats. I think that's it, 35% more stats just from the red stars. Okay, basic, we got the expose. Once again, that's going to give us barrier and steal health from the enemies. He has a lot of barrier right now. Namor is still alive, which is actually pretty ridiculous. And then we have the Super Skrull flipping the positive effects into negative effects. He does not go through stealth, which can be a problem. And oh, he actually goes through stealth. Oh yeah, it would have to make sense, right? If we have a character that shapeshifts, he should go through stealth, and that seems to be the case. And let's see, are we gonna clap on that guy first? Okay, we clapped on Spider-Man Big Time. Spider-Man Big Time and the Infestation team, in my opinion, are very disappointing, but yeah. I guess Scopely didn't want to make them too powerful, or we are still waiting for these other characters that supposedly are coming. But yeah, Super Skrull on his own was able to beat Infestation. Okay, now we have Hero Asgardians with Dormammu. This is quite insane because they're gonna get tons of buffs, including safeguarding immunity whenever one of them dies, and on top of that they spawn with revive, so that means they can do it multiple times. So can Super Skrull beat a team like this? That would be pretty much insane, right? We are countering the Dark Dimension 5 character, and at the same time we are destroying one of the one quite strong team right now in terms of alliance wars. This team has been giving us quite a lot of defensive wins, so yeah, it's something that you should definitely look out. Okay, so Super Skrull instantly one-shotted Dormammu. This is not the biggest Dormammu ever, so have that into consideration. Now Better Rebuild with his ultimate removes all the buffs from Super Skrull. And now Val is going to heal up everyone, but because he doesn't have a lot of health, they cannot get healed up, and probably they also have ability block with trauma, or heal block with trauma. Okay, so we keep attacking that Val. Dormammu cannot be revived, but as soon as Val starts reviving those characters, or you can see when you get rid of one, they get immunity and safeguard, so it's super annoying. And you have only one character, so they are always attacking the character with exposed. That means they'll get more energy and more opportunities to revive. So can Super Skrull really get out of this nightmare situation? Look at that. They're going to revive again a battery bill, another taunt, another stun. Yeah, it's not looking good for the Super Skrull. Okay, we have safeguard and immunity. At least for now we are protected. Now we have the ultimate once again for the second time, but I'm going to use the basic to remove those death proofs from Val. Val is going to be the main goal. It's the character we want to delete. And there you go. Big ultimate from Super Skrull. And now he's going to do his basic finish off Val. We have to remember that every time they get buffs, they give speed bar to Super Skrull. And there you go. Wow. Those guys die at the same time. And yeah, there is no way they can return from this. Okay, so yeah, that was Super Skrull in action. As you guys can see, quite a powerful character. But once again, it really depends on which characters you are pairing up with. And the best option will always be to have 2 heroes and 2 villains. If you have summoners, this is going to increase his passive ability, because they are going to get, or he's going to get, more damage, more focus, and also more armor and more resistance, depending on how many hero characters or villain characters you have. He's always going to get 50% max health. He's always going to lower the armor of the enemies by 25%. That means non-piercing damage attacks will do 25% more damage. And then we also have the fact that he gives extra health for everyone. So you have where it is? He's like Apocalypse. He gives health for everyone that is on his team. So gain 50% max health, and allies gain 25% max health. Apocalypse gives 25% max health plus damage as well. So we have this situation that kinda increases the value of other characters, and this is why some of those Namors and Cables were able to survive. It's because of the extra health is giving to everyone else. Okay, so Super Skrull, super fun to play with, extremely powerful for sure, but he's not unbeatable. You'll see in some videos soon that there are ways of beating him. And is it something that you should be looking forward? Should you be looking for Super Skrull or for Apocalypse? I don't think it's a fair question, because for Apocalypse you need Gear Tier 17 and you need ISO 8 Blue level 4 and ISO 8 Blue level 5. For Super Skrull you only need Gear Tier 18, and I obtained my Super Skrull free to play. And what I mean by free to play is that I didn't spend any money obtaining Gear Tier 18. I got all my Gear Tier 18 with power cores and gold, and also the raid rewards. So that was pretty much it. Still, I was able to get rank 327. My goal was getting rank 100, but let's be honest, the amount of people spending money on this, it's quite crazy. Even that I was rank 70 when I started Dark Dimension, I just couldn't keep up. And this is something that you should never consider. And it's competing for these leaderboards, competing against people with a lot of money, because there is no need. Just make sure that you manage your resources and you allocate them to where you really need, rather than going on and falling on traps. For example, the weekly events we have going on right now, they require a lot of power cores, and many times, or most of the times, the rewards are not even that important, and they are distracting you from the real goals, like unlocking Super Skrull. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you join me on the next video, where I will talk about my biggest regrets for Dark Dimension 6, what I would change about my run. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure you share it with your friends, and if you are new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and I will catch you guys later.